Hello, my beauties. How you doing? So much love to you. Rosy Glow here. Gonna bring that energy down a little bit. You're in the right place. Welcome, welcome to the new moon in Scorpio co-creation meditation. And I really wanted to talk today about dancing with our inner darkness. I'm very curious to know how everybody is feeling. So if you are joining me live now, please let me know you can hear me okay. I have tested everything, but sometimes you know how things tend to work. So I'm just going to give everyone a little chance to come in. And what I would love you to do is, at this stage, if you haven't already written a little list about your inner darkness, I'd like you to just consider who you are, how you show up when you don't get what you want, and what is it about you that you don't want other people to know. Because we have just come through a whole month which was about divine neutrality, and now as we're moving into the winter months in the Northern Hemisphere, we're really embracing our inner darkness. So for those of you who are new to me, I am a channel of divine grace and I am a multidimensional success coach. So I teach people to live from a higher consciousness, from a 5D consciousness in a 3D or 4D reality. And by that, I mean a fear-based reality, seeding the love-based paradigm, the Thrive paradigm. And the only way we can truly do this is if we embrace all aspects of our being, whether we like them or not. So in preparation for this, I've definitely been feeling like I've been calling myself Ratty Rosie on the basis that there's been this sense of impatience brewing in me, which is really like, how long are you going to keep creating a divide between the bits of you that are acceptable and the bits of you that are not acceptable? And what this is really about, hey Kate, good to see you, darling, is allowing yourself, I've put it in the subject heading, to shine your shit so you can show up and shine. And that means to no longer apologize for all aspects of your being. Hey Jen, good to see you. It means to allow the all that you are to be present, but then to choose which bits of you are going to lead. So I've been having various conversations about how we show up in the world and what we want from life, but then how we show up for it. So, you know, do you have a resting bitch face that is your standard way of showing up in the world? What is your tone of voice like? Does it bring forward an invitation to meet you in the places that you want to be met? What have you been told as a teenager or as a child was not acceptable about you? Many of us have our inner teen who's been running the show for a long time. That's definitely been true for me. But the inner teen will mask the needs of the inner child. And very often what we were not allowed to express as children, we spent a lot of time expressing as teenagers. Here's the deal. If you don't actually own your inner darkness, then what you end up doing, hey Sarah, is you kind of expect other people to own it for you, to somehow make allowances for you. And this then can be playing the victim. It can be needing rescuing all the time. It can be, you know, wondering why shit keeps happening to you and you're not aware of how you are actually participating in that shit happening. And by shit, I mean things you don't want. Like, why is this happening to me? And it's usually because we are not accepting bits of ourselves. We're not hearing ourselves. So what's been coming up, and I want you to please just to hold this. Hey, Doris, good to see you. Hey, Aurelia, good to see you. Well, that's amazing. There's more of you here than YouTube is telling me. As we come into this new moon in Scorpio energy, Scorpios are both represented by the scorpion and the eagle, right? So the sting in the tail element is the bit of us that is reactive, the bit of us that, you know, if confronted, will attack. And yet the eagle element is the higher wisdom that comes from embracing the depths of the darkness where all of the shadow elements of our being are, which are the rejected aspects of ourselves, so that we can actually soar to new heights. So if you don't accept your moodiness, if you don't accept that you can be hypercritical, if you don't accept that you'll project what you don't like about yourself, that being judgmental is really just a way of being able to mirror the inner insecurity that we have, that we feel we're not good enough. So we'll bring other people down rather than actually accept that we don't feel we're good enough or worthy or deserving of what we actually want. There's a lot of uncried tears from our early lives that leave us seeking opportunities out subconsciously to have those tears release. But what ends up happening is we can end up feeling like we are living an endless Groundhog Day of thinking we have set our highest intentions in motion, but actually not recognizing that when the resistance comes up, it's there to be loved up. Like when we say cleared, I mean loved up. It's like, okay, here are the bits of me that don't want this. Here are the bits of me that believe otherwise to my higher self. Here are the bits of me that want to fight. So you can ask the question, am I fighting with my shadow or am I dancing with my shadow? What would it feel like to go, ooh, check you out. Look at this. And I've been writing a list of my qualities that I don't often own. There it is in my wonderful scroll. And it's almost been like every morning I've got up and kind of said to my husband, I'm like, guess what? You know, when I'm not in flow, when I'm feeling hard done by, this is how I show up and this is how I show up and I do this. And I'm kind of like, I'm owning this. It feels amazing. And he's going, yeah, that's all true. Yeah, I still love you, but yeah, that's all true. And this is the thing is, we don't have to be perfect. We just have to be willing to accept the bits of us that are uncomfortable to feel. And if we can practice that, we can have a wonderful time of co-creating. Because in any one time, we are either co-creating or co-destructing. And any time we see something outside of us that we don't like, you know, it could be a teacher that's annoyed you or pissed you off. It could be a friend who's put your nose out of joint. It could be a client that's winding you up. On any level, they're all aspects of your being. They're all aspects of you because we are one. If we say, I am all that is, then we are claiming I am all that is. That means that Gates, Boris Johnson, Fauci, Truro, all of them, they are us, we are them. They are aspects of this collective consciousness that we are a part of, that we claim. So if you claim that this is you also expressing yourself in a different way, then you can decide what you want to energize. And you can forgive yourself for needing to play those roles out and decide which bit of you is going to drive your car. I'm going to stop speaking for a sec and get our cacao blessing going. And if anyone has anything they would like to reflect on, please let me know. But in this dancing with this inner darkness business, it's like going down into layers of the underworld. Think about the story of Hades, Persephone, and Demeter. You know, Persephone was the daughter of Demeter and the daughter of Hades, the underworld and the world above. And so she had to spend 6 months in each space. And the beauty of going into your darkness is when you are in your light, you can really, really express it. You can really delight in it. If you don't claim your darkness, if you don't claim your inner bitch, your inner bastard, your inner whatever, inner victim, inner persecutor, inner rescuer, then they're always going to have some kind of power over you, and they will tend to lead you when you don't want to be led by them. So let's do a little cacao ceremony. We will go into, I think, a quick little card reading, and then we'll go into our co-creation. So taking a moment to close your eyes. Welcoming your breath. And as you welcome your breath, remembering there is an infinite wisdom that you can always tap into. There's a wonderful soul I met for the first time properly yesterday. Wendy said to me that we don't need to remember, we don't need to forget, we just are right now. So in the beingness of you right now, just exhale fully down through your body. Let your pelvic floor relax. Let your buttocks relax. And just for a few moments, breathe into the base of your body. Being willing to descend a little deeper into your own depths, to bring light to where there is only darkness at this point. And to choose to embrace the parts of you that like to wallow in misery, in lack, in pain. Give them your permission for them to exist. See them, recognize them, and claim them back as aspects of your own being. Now with your nose, draw a circle in the air in front of you. And then go the other way. Now draw your nose up and down, connecting to Source and to Gaia. Being that rod of light, the acupuncture needle of love and light that you are, choosing what frequencies you want to transmit into the collective by owning all of the subtle tones of your being. Just imagine there are lots and lots and lots of strings to your bow, frequencies that you're integrating into your wholeness. You get to choose what the vibration is as you claim all of these different strings to your bow. What is the overall sound that you seek to transmit? And let's just drop the feeling of huge responsibility. It's not up to any one of us to save the world. We're all here to save ourselves by remembering who we really are. So drop that big story for a moment. Then breathing in deeply, exhaling to the left, letting the past go, letting the shit show go. It's not who you are, it's what you've been through, and that's okay. You don't have to keep carrying it and wallowing in it. You can delight in the lessons it has taught you, all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then inhale, center. And exhale to the right. And here is the willingness to embrace all aspects of our beingness, knowing that the light within us always wins, as we intend it to be so. You know how it works when you light a match or a candle in a cave, whereas if a shadow appears in a brightly lit room, it doesn't have the same effect. Inhale, center. And now exhale, drop your chin to your heart. And from here, we welcome the Cacao Diva. We welcome the frequency of compassion into our own hearts, into our own minds, into our bodies, into our soul consciousness. We welcome compassion as the frequency that we most align with, both for ourselves and the world, knowing that with compassion comes discernment and forgiveness, and that we can enjoy everything coexisting, have a wicked sense of humor about everything that's coexisting. And remember that in the end, as serious as it all seems, it is actually a game. So we might as well enjoy playing that game, whatever role we are playing right now. So here's to dancing with our inner darkness, embracing our dark god and goddess, and allowing that inner wickedness to be embraced, honored, respected, enjoyed. Let's send the sound Ma into the earth, because we know divine neutrality comes from being able to stop judging good and bad. We send Om into the universe to open our hearts and minds to this, and from our hearts, An is the sound that connects us to each other in the higher heart space, beyond all of the right, wrong, good and bad, light and dark. Deep breath in. Just bow your head to your lovely heart again. Choose love and gently bring yourself back. You're welcome. Inner victim self. Yeah. If anyone's got anything to say before I go into the co-creation, please do, because I've been I'm going to be lunching out on this theme for a while, but I kind of want to get everyone to the place where it's like, kind of like pissing people off. I get something from that. Or there's this constant contrast going on in us, right? Where on the one hand, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm always letting everyone down and it doesn't matter what I do, it's not good enough. This is my projection, by the way. So then, fuck everyone. I'm so fed up of saying the same thing again and again. When are they going to get it? Right? And it's just like playing with all of these different aspects and go, wow, this is all coexisting. This is all part of my I amness. And then there's this, it's all beautiful. It's all amazing. Even that crap down there that I feel about myself and the world. You know, we're hearing about, I've been talking about star peace, and the contrast to that is Star Wars. We hear about different star constellations and the good extraterrestrials and the bad extraterrestrials, but they're all just us. They're all just us. When you accept you are the co-creator of your reality, and there are 7.7 billion people at least on this planet co-creating their reality, and this is just one planet. There's a whole solar system, there's a whole galaxy, there are many more galaxies, and this universe and many other universes. And maybe you contemplate it's all just random anyway. Can you bring play into this? This is what I'm saying about embracing your inner wickedness, because we are in the realms of birthing a new version of ourselves. We all love the idea of being saints, good beings that care about everybody and the planet. Oh, great, door's just gone. But, you know, you can't really be all of that unless you're a sinner too. Give me 2 secs. I'm just getting the door. This is all real time.
Hello, it's for Ian, honey?
Yeah.
It's only because it's a special note.
That's great. Cheers. Bye. Disturbing my peace. Quite frankly, I don't know. And if anyone's thinking I'm premenstrual, no, I'm not at all. I am that I am, beautiful and fucked up in the most glorious way. Yes, love it. Sorry, let's definitely show that. You know, can you imagine if you just see in others all of it and you're like, it's all good. It's all good. I see you. I see what you're trying to hide. I see what you like to show to the world, and I still love you. You're going to have so much better time of it if you just stop trying to hide these bits, right? So whatever needs to be embraced now, so it's not running your life anymore, right? Part of the reason I'm embracing Ratty Rosie at the moment is I don't need that as a suppressed anger playing out when I'm not in my best light, right? I'm ready to just go, yeah, she's been pissed off about a load of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's okay. What else are you pissed off about? Tell me. And it's not there in the shadows. It's not a layer. And if you haven't yet taken part in the ancestral miracle magic that we did, I still can't remember the name of it. It's on Rosie Glow's store, on the shop online. We've still got it as something you can purchase post Halloween. That was a huge clearing of the bloodlines, 14 generations back, plus the leap back to Atlantis, plus going forward 7 generations. And I tell you what, it's felt incredibly liberating. Just to be able to say, I'm not carrying those stories anymore. Even if we're obsessed with like, well, what was the story of my ancestors? What's getting played out in my life today? And I am going to do a separate video about how we keep recreating the same old stories so we can understand them from an adult perspective. Because if we had stuff happen to us when we were children or babies that was painful, we can't understand how it happened to us. Why would anyone hurt us in this way? Why would dad leave? Why would mum do this? Why would grandma do this? Why would so-and-so do this? And in that question, we keep recreating conditions subconsciously that will get us to see it from the other perspective, from the perspective of the one who caused the pain, so we can create some compassion and forgiveness. But we often really miss the point. So be fascinated. Be fascinated about what you find. Be curious. It's child's play. The creator, creatress in us is our inner child. So we are either co-destructing, pain with my paintbrush, all the pain, blah, 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 or we're co-creating. What is it I want to experience? What is the experience I want to have? What choices do I need to make to have that experience? Okay, if I want to do this in my life now, then how lined up with it am I? What qualifications do I need that I don't have? What do I need to know that I don't currently know? What do I need to line up that I can't currently line up? Why do I feel like something is outside of me? We say we want freedom, but then we stay attached to stuff. It doesn't work like that. Freedom means let go of attachment. Then you're really free, right? Anything else from anyone before I go into this? Because I would like, it's almost like that Scorpion-esque energy, because Scorpionic is actually quite a big part of, if you like, the more nefarious intent in our universe, and also our medical system with all the pricky things and cutty things, and it's quite unpleasant. It's not vibrational medicine, is it? It's pretty barbaric in the way that we work. It's like, what can we delight in? What can we it's almost like taking yourself to the place of you've been stung by a scorpion and you're going to die. Right? It's like surrendering to that death, the death of the ego, another version of you that thinks that you are mortal. We can move into peacock medicine, and remember, hence why all these lovely peacock flowers are around, feathers even. Peacock medicine is that ability to transmute the venom of a snake, that poison that would otherwise kill a human or another animal. The peacocks are able to transmute it into the beautiful colours of their feathers. So it's like turning poison to divine nectar. So how is this painful medicine that we're experiencing in any moment actually lining us up for our ultimate liberation? And very often it feels like you're failing again and again, banging your head against a wall again and again. And, you know, if you're doing that with the idea that you're frustrated that someone else hasn't got something, then just remember that there's you who hasn't got something too. And it might just be that you keep saying you want this, but then the way you talk about it weakens you and doesn't allow you to have the experience of succeeding in that area. We make things far more complicated than they need to be, basically. Okay, I think that's all I really need to say. Any revelations on that, let me know. But I'm going to invite you to dance with your inner goddess, or inner darkness even. Dance with the dark god and the dark goddess within. You have to bring them out of the shadows so that they're not lurking and scaring you, right? So you can actually, the next few months as we get towards the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere is taking a step down into the underworld at a time and discovering the sobbing, terrified, bitter, twisted elements of your being, your inner child, inner teen, all the ages below you in this lifetime. And then perhaps past life triggers as well. But like, I just feel like you can collapse so much of it at this point if you just allow yourself to play with life, play with the joy of life. I'm not asking you to hurt anyone else. That's not the kind of play I'm talking about, unless it's consensual. I'm talking about playing with your shadows, your darkness, playing with accepting them and recognizing that on some level, if they keep repeating themselves, on some level, you actually quite enjoy those bits of you. They define you. And just to give you some idea of some of your shadow elements, hello, those who are joining. So some of the elements I accepted in myself, I'm just really enjoying sharing them with you, is a tendency towards being passive aggressive and sarcastic. Didn't know that till I got married, by the way. Belittling at times, conditional, especially conditional giving. Maybe sometimes conditional receiving. What's the price we're going to have to pay for this? Domineering, persistent, insistent, shut down, unreceptive, uncompromising, suspicious, critical, resentful. There's one here I can't. Accusatory and inflammatory. Even just shifting the way that, thank you, darling, even if just shifting the way I showed up on social media, because there'd be this kind of like, look, see what they're doing now thing going on. It's like, they are me. And if I really believe what I teach, which is the light has already won everywhere, and that's just the fun of this game, then I can be less concerned about pointing out the dog do, the way that those that are not of love and light aspects of my being are showing up in the world. I mean, everyone is playing their part, and it's been a very heartbreaking time, you know, for all of us to actually break beyond the mold that we know. But again, you kind of have to, everything that we have kind of, how do I put this? I see so many well-meaning people that are still so stuck in fear. And it's like, it's terrible what's happening, it's terrible what's happening. But, you know, if we truly believe we have this power, which is what Christ told us as well, then it doesn't matter what gets done to us. We can transmute it. All the same, if there is a part of us that feels we need to stand up and not be fearful of what we lose in speaking up in our truth, whatever that may be, it's all about courage, isn't it? It's all about being willing to just have a fight for the sake of a fight, and actually to take that energy and do something constructive with it. Constructive being a better solution than the one that is currently available. What would that look like? What is it I want to see in this place instead? Because we are co-creating our reality all of the time by the words, the thoughts, and the feeling vibrations that we are putting out there or keeping in here. So quick little card reading, and then we'll get on with the co-creation. Again, anything you've got to say, share it, please. I'd love to know. So heart of the matter for us to be able to embrace our inner darkness, dance with our inner darkness, embrace all that would otherwise be destructive. Our inner magic man. Okay, this is about recognizing our inner magic man. These are Leslie Sloan's cards, about, by the way. So our power to co-create. Now that's a wise soul there. Okay, it's kind of like a grown man rather than an inner child, right? It's almost like the divine in us as well. We see God as this long-haired, bearded, white-bearded being, and there he is. It's the heart of the matter, our relationship to the divine. The block to this relationship with the divine in us is how uncanny, how we prevent ourselves from being creative. This is a woman in her cave, so you could say in her womb space, and there's a fire burning, and she is tending to that fire. It's her desire fire. So orange, burnt orange, coming down into the sacral chakra. What do I desire? Why do I desire it? What is the purpose of this desire in my life? What do I seek to experience through having this? You know, do I get power? Do I get energy from making other people feel shit about themselves? There might be a bit of you that does. You know, own it. It's important. How could I actually enjoy my energy more? You know, if I embrace that bit and I accept that there is an element of me that likes that does that gets some energy and sense of gratification from it, what do I do instead? The here and now that we have together. St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. You probably can't see him, but he's sitting, there he is, with all the animals, the animal kingdom. And again, there's a golden energy. This is kind of the divine child here. And it is very much about the solar plexus. So we've gone for violet, orange, solar plexus, and then the heart, the resolve and infinite possibilities for us as we choose to be instruments of peace rather than instruments of war. That is a choice point in our solar plexus. It's a bridge we build. What are we going to do with our energy? Just to reiterate that message for us, here's the peace emblem, the dove. And this is blue 1. I think it is primary blue 1. So these cards are phenomenal, but this and this are saying the same thing. You know, if it's all random, if I just get to choose whatever it is I want to co-create, what do I want to co-create and why? If I choose peace, is that going to be boring when all I've ever known is war? Well, when we get to peace, we'll have a sense of that, won't we? Let's do this thing. Okay, my loves. So, setting the scene, because all of these co-creations, these StarSeed activations, SuperHuman activations, are for us to be able to walk this world with a vibration that allows us to affect the most positive change around us by experiencing the most integration of all aspects of our being within. So, these are the frequencies now until the full moon. And then when we gather, for those of you who want to join me in the inner circle and gather for the full moon energy healing and upgrade, that's when we, again, reset our foundations, which will be full moon in Taurus is the next one. What are the foundations we need to persistently co-create in alignment with our higher good, in alignment with prosperity, divine grace, thriving? That's the codes for that. So you're always getting this impetus, but as you plant a seed, what's out of alignment with it will show, will come up, right? It will be like, well, okay, how do I operate in this situation? How do I operate in this situation? Now that something's happened that I didn't expect or I didn't want, how am I going to show up? And it's like in your truth to yourself. You have a sphere of compassion around you as you learn with me when we do these co-creations. We also put a sphere of compassion in front of us and we breathe into that sphere. So if you have a moment of hell hath no fury, you puke all of your emotional rage into that sphere, not on someone you love, not into a sacred space, right? Like, hear yourself, discharge it, love it up. And as you transmute it, you love it up, you can breathe it back into your being. Okay, that's responsible management of our emotional state. Otherwise, we expect other people to take it on for us, and that's not cool. Okay, having a little rub of our hands, having a little stretch up, gently yawning your body awake. Opening to this idea that each of us can be an instrument of peace as we accept our inner poison. And then from there, release the hands down. Just open your palms up in front of you. And allow yourself to imagine that you're closing a chapter on a book, all right? And the chapter in this book is, I am going to judge myself for all that I am. I'm going to limit what's possible because I don't accept myself. It's like, close it. And then start to transmute the idea that if I accept all aspects of my being, if I accept all my enemies as aspects of myself, if I accept all those that I'm inspired by as aspects of myself, how can I support myself to energize the directions I want to go in? And you may well know about the Ho'oponopono. If you don't, look it up. That's what you do with all those enemies, whoever you perceive them to be, that trigger you. Good. One more. Beautiful. Now bring your hands to your heart center. Take a moment to close your eyes. Welcome your breath. And remember for a moment that we're entering into a sacred space. We're getting a sense of what is possible. For those of you who've already been through the Fearless, Loved Up and Free to Be Me program, you're anchoring this light even deeper into your subconscious, into the quantum field, into all aspects of your being, all layers. For those who haven't yet participated in that program, book yourself a breakthrough call. It will change your life in the most magnificent way. For now, dropping into the heart, rocking yourself very gently, letting your out breath become longer than your in breath. Soften all the muscles around your eyes, forehead, jaw. Relax the tightness in your jaw. You can blow a couple of raspberries. And with your tailbone, draw a little circle on the ground beneath you as though you are corkscrewing into your earth chakra, just making a connection with your tailbone down, growing your tapping root. And remembering that as we gather in this way, whether we catch the replay or the live, we are benefiting all of humanity because we are a collective consciousness as well as the individual consciousness expressed uniquely through each of us. Good. Now make that little movement smaller and smaller until it actually feels not only like it's moving down through your body, but also up through your spine, all the way up through to your forehead, stimulating that inner vision, both the third eye and the causal chakra slightly further up at the back of the head. And making way for the crown and then the soul chakra. The stellar gateway, and the galactic gateway, and the cosmic gateway. All of these gateways connecting us to the original source of all that is. Beautiful. Okay, from this beautiful space, let's call in our I am present. So slowly repeat these words back. Consider what they mean. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am embracing my inner darkness. I am allowing all aspects of my shadow to be seen. I am transparent. I am accountable. I am divine integrity. I am owning my truth. I am unconditionally receiving myself. I am choosing forgiveness of all that is. I am releasing struggle and embracing flow. I am allowing myself not to know. I am giving myself permission to explore the depths of my shadow. I am my inner dark goddess. I am my inner dark god. I am safe in all of my emotions, all of the time. I am employed by the divine. I am aligned with the divine. I am the divine. I am that I am. So now release your hands. Let your light from your soul pour down from source and also be activated from your heart and from Mother Earth rise up through your body, out into the collective, out into your sphere of compassion. I'm seeing the soft pink flame of divine grace as my essence, but you may see your golden light, a bright white light, a soft blue light. Just trust what's coming to you right now, coming through you right now. And let yourself bathe in this frequency. Let yourself bathe in all of this beauty, this radiance. And as you fill yourself up, every cell expands. Every cell is saturated. And this light and love of your energy just pours and expands beyond the confines of your physical body. You can just imagine, in line with these stargates that are bringing down this energy for you to connect to, as it also bursts forth from your heart and from the earth. But the moon goddess is putting her own special magic through this, just to allow you now to start to filter through an opening, a doorway, a portal, deep into your underworld. So that silver thread, the crescent new moon that is yet to be seen, it's there, it exists, but we haven't seen it yet. It's not born yet. That's above your head, in line with these stargates, solar gates. And it's sending like a magic dust running through. Whew. And just allowing all that normally can't be seen to be seen. So you can go deeper into the layers of your being and meet the parts of you that usually are so well hidden you don't even know they're there. You only see them in other people. And so keep going down with your awareness. Move beyond your physical body, down into your earth chakra. And then going down into layers of the underworld. There'll be some kind of inner chamber that you can go into that will have different versions of you. I'm almost seeing, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I don't know if you remember the movie, but there were all these children slaves that were being utilized by a not so nice being. And you can imagine that you are both the slave and the master, the slave master. Just be curious about the symbolism that your psyche gives you. And whatever you see down there, these are just projections. You might feel now some tingling going on in the left and the right hemispheres of your brain. Because we're collecting to the collective shadow too. We've heard that there is horrible stuff going on with trafficking of children and sex trafficking and whistleblowers being tortured. There's all sorts. And I just want to please maintain an element of observation as we go into these places. We're shining light and love into them. We're seeing what is there in our consciousness beyond what we usually see. And as we see it, it changes, right? It cannot stay the same when it's used to being unseen. So keep bringing that moonlight down. It's like moonshine, which I think is a type of alcohol that's pretty dodgy. Just let it go further into the earth. Notice all of the beings you might have some kind of vendetta against, or those you turn your nose up to. And keep moving this celestial light down through to the center of Mother Earth, even around the center, into the lower parameters. And now creating a sphere of compassion in front of your face. It's feeling very much like what is ready to be witnessed and purged. It can come out through the mouth, but it can come out through the throat chakra and out through the third eye, out from the heart. And it's like, okay, I see this now, I choose to release it. I see it, I choose to witness it, to acknowledge it. And to choose another version of this too. So if there is a version of me that is both a prisoner and someone who imprisons others, if there is someone who's being tortured and who tortures, let me liberate these aspects of my being and place them in the sphere in front of me. And so would I like to, instead of torture, would I like to heal and be healed? What would be the opposite of this that I would want to energize? Still, you've got to own the bits of you that like to be tortured and like to torture others or self. And just keep allowing yourself to breathe into the sphere in front of you, letting it expand, remembering that these spheres of compassion are made of trillions of little spheres, all spinning on their own axis. And what you're doing is saying, this has no power over me. I choose to love this aspect of my being. It has no power over me. So you may feel like you're dropping a lot of density. So whatever your attachment to the Star Wars narrative, your attachment to causing pain when you're in pain, let that all go. And you can just imagine you're peeling layers off you and just putting them in the washing machine of that sphere of compassion. It's like, whoa. And maybe it feels like there's attachment points, like cords of attachment. We're going to do a quick decording in a moment, that like, imagine that you're sending this like trawling net through the depths of your subconscious, of your underworld, and you're claiming all these bits. It's a golden trawling net, okay? It can be a golden and platinum trawling net, but you're going, come on, let's get all of this up and out into the light. It's time to see it all. That's it. Just pull it up, put it in the sphere. And just be aware, you might only see 2 to 3 aspects of your shadow down there. That's okay. This pointy finger you down there as well. The you that likes to name and shame. Put those on guilt trips. The you that wants to be right, that needs to control everything to the outcome that they desire for things to be successful and good in their lives. So, yeah, bringing the inner masochist and the inner sadist up and out as well. Beautiful. And now we're going to allow the sphere to start to spin in front of us. So you can imagine, let's bring in the scorpion magic, actually. Let's just bring in a whole heap of scorpions from the underworld. You might think in terms of Indiana Jones and all the places he's ended up in, like pull those scorpions up and out and put them in the sphere too. And if there's any snakes and dragons and reptiles, just put them all in there. It's a cauldron recipe. Your witch's recipe all goes in there. Wow. Yeah. And maybe there's a bit of a witch in you, like the dark witches from Stardust, and they're casting all these nasty spells into this sphere. It's like, wow, let that all out of you. It has no power over you if you claim it. Woo, that's it. Beautiful, beautiful. You'll start to feel as you're owning this darkness and witnessing it, that your soul light will start to come through again. So that moonshine that we connected to, kind of helping to reveal what's behind the veneer. There's a wicked witch of the West there as well, and all of these stories that we've had. So what's coming through at this stage is the diamond fire first and foremost. We've got diamond fire, followed by emerald, followed by the peacock flame. So the diamond fire is a violet flame that has a diamond dust in it that reflects the colours of the rainbow. Let's just call it in. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. And just bring that through your body, all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. Spread it out from the core of Gaia, right out through the crystalline grid. And then as you bring it back up through your body, just feel all these cord attachment points go ping, 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 ping. Hooks are unhooked. Staples are unstapled. Any which way, cords that have been sucking your energy by holding you in lower vibration are released into the sphere. And all of those timelines are collapsing now, collapsing the need to suck energy from others or be sucked dry ourselves, just letting it go. I keep seeing syringes. So whether it's heroin addiction, whether it's, dare I say it, those jabs that are supposed to be good for us, but in many ways I argue with that they're anything but, just get all of those syringes. You know, there used to be fears that people would come and attack you with a syringe if you didn't give your purse away and it would have HIV or AIDS. Like, I remember these stories. Junkies threatening to jab you if you didn't give them their money. All of it, just put it all in there. What are the horror stories you heard that scared you? And what if there was a bit of you that could do that to another for something you want? Just own it. Beautiful. Keep releasing, releasing, releasing. Pull them out from your head. Pull everything out. Pull them out from your throat. Good. Beautiful. And just seeing yourself shining violet, diamond dust, rainbow frequencies just coming out of your hands now. Ooh, feeling that go into that sphere, loving everything up. You might feel parts of your body just being released. There's old hooks, attachments, dependencies are released. Beautiful. Now bringing down the emerald green flame of sovereign love light. I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I am sovereign. I am the emerald green flame. Just let that bathe you. Let the physical outline of your body be soothed. All of the attachment points of those cords released. The receptor cells now is shifted. The frequency is shifted to I am loving all of me, my shadow and my light. I am loving all of me, my shadow and my light. I am loving all of me, my shadow and my light. And feel your heart glowing emerald green. See this emerald green going down into the underworld as well, all around the planet. soothing emerald green healing of both the physical and the spiritual aspects of our being, everything in between. Now you've got a light body around your physical body. So I'm seeing your core line emerald green, your physical body glowing green. It's almost like the Wicked Witch of the West again, but we're embracing that greenness. Remember that in the musical, she was actually the good witch. There's no good or bad. It's just perception. And now our light bodies and our spheres want the peacock flame. So invite the peacock flame in. I am the peacock flame, I am the peacock flame, I am the peacock flame. And honestly, it's a super rich golden stardust that has within it like a mottled rainbow, like when you see a rainbow in a puddle, and it's more like the peacock feather colors. It's a petrol rainbow, petrol blue, petrol purple, petrol green. Just let it come through you, through your earth chakra. Let it fill the underworld. Not only is the peacock flame that transmutes poison into divine nectar, it's also the victory flame. So we need to imagine it's going to all of the underworld, all of the secret pockets everywhere where perceived good and bad exists. And it's just bringing this vibration in. This vibration invites alignment or annihilation. It is be one with all or be none at all. Be one with all or be none at all. So that which doesn't want to resonate with the oneness, the wholeness, cannot exist in a place where that is the vibration. And that means off planet. Keep going with this. And know that we're doing this as beautiful representatives of the collective oneness. So each of us transmitting now through our divine vehicle, our bodies. The acupuncture needle is bringing to the Earth's meridian lines victory in all dimensions, in all space and time, in all dimensions of this universe. Just see in front of you now that sphere with all these unclaimed bits of you now being given the frequency of victory, of sovereignty, of transmutation of 3D and 4D into 5D. And see the you in there that is unapologetically all aspects of you. I say the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like the beautiful and the ugly. All aspects, no apologies. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I'm showing up for. Want to join me? And so see the wicked you in there that has claimed their shadow fully, is accepting of all the ways that we destruct as well as co-create. And including an awareness of all those we wish to judge, that we don't understand. Calling them home. And when you're ready, seeing there's some very potent, beautiful energies in that sphere, pure alchemy. So when we absorb this energy, it's going to go to all the parts of us that have suffered through denial, suffered through repression, suppression. And these bits of us are going to get that love and light energy. So you know your body, you know where you suffer or have suffered. Take it to these parts. So create now a golden bridge from your heart into that sphere. Some of you will see a rainbow bridge, that's fine too. And now draw in all of that golden glitter light, all of that victory flame, rainbow love light. Take it everywhere it most needs to go. Take it into all the spaces that have been tight, frustrated, locked up. Take it right down to your feet and into your earth chakra and into the core of Mother Earth. Take it down your arms and out into the world. Take it up through your crown to your soul chakra, connecting with everyone else's soul chakras. Heart chakra is connected. Earth chakra is connected, transmitting the victory flame in all dimensions. I am divine peace. I am divine grace and ease. I am divine victory. I am that I am. And just be aware also as you are owning this that any dependencies you've relied on, any addictions, any self-soothing that on some level is done but is not so beneficial to the physical body in terms of whatever's going in is of low vibrational content. Just send the victory flame to the organs, all of the organs, and even to the imprint of these dependencies and addictions that are in the etheric field and the astral plane. So we have physical body, etheric body, emotional, mental, astral bodies in that order. Just feel this sweep of the victory flame going through all these dimensions, all of these layers of your being, just allowing a different expression of yourself now that there is no need. It's the letting go of the attachment to the stories in all dimensions, all space and time, because the substances, the actions, they are just symptoms. They're not the cause. The cause is turning away from ourselves and numbing out rather than plugging in. And sometimes that just feels appropriate and that's okay. But, feel yourself rubbing your hands, like washing your hands of old ways, allowing things to be different, and now connecting to the infinite field of possibilities. The field of infinite possibilities. What's that mean? Like sending this energy out. What else is possible? I am the creator of my reality. I am the source of my creations. What do I want to co-create? What do I want to know? Beautiful. And just commanding an axiotonal alignment with our divine human, divine self, soul and control, superhuman activation version of ourselves. And commanding that this process continues until completion. This is about us claiming our sovereignty, not apologizing for our beingness. I am that I am. I command this process continues until completion. I invite all of humanity to receive this as I receive these codes of total acceptance, total embracing of all that is. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle. Integration and full expression. In our physical reality. And all relevant dimensions of our being in all space and all time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now gently bringing yourself back up from being in the center of the underworld, floating in the center of the multiverse. Just bring yourself into this here and now. Breathing into your body, breathing into your flesh and bones, breathing into all that is. And then gently coming back. Hello, hello, hello. Wow. Yeah, Peacock Flame. I've got a few of you getting that. Which song are you talking about? Hey, Annalise, I get you now. Okay, not from my words, but the Swiss singer Fia Forsstrom, Shedding Skins from the Made of Stars album, which I heartily recommend. I probably listen to it pretty much every day. Okay, we'll check that out for sure. Beautiful and fucked up in the most glorious way. One of the things I've been hearing, because I heard a download which was sent to me from one of my teachers, is that the Pleiadians have been impulsing a lot of the musicians to create music that is reminding us of our power to transmute and uplift. And I personally am here to work with the entertainment industry and the media to seed star peace in the collective. So those of you who are interested, this is relevant to you, please do drop me a message and I'll be glad to let you know more. And it's all about how we do it. So this was such a powerful co-creation for that. I don't know how you feel, but I'm a little spacey. It's like really come back. And it's already 1:40 in the UK. Wow. So let me know how you are. I'd like everybody to land back, come back into your bodies, come back back now. Like feel the soles of your feet. And again, a little reminder that those of you who are ready for the deep dive, like learning to live with this consciousness in our day-to-day reality and working with the steps of co-creation that I teach is what makes it really fun. So if you want to embark on that journey, it really expands your concept of infinite wealth, divine prosperity, aligning you with the kind of sacred union relationship that you would like, divine opportunities to serve your mission here on this earth in the most joyful, graceful and easy way. You know, I'm always up leveling. If there's one thing I spend money on, it's my own growth and training. Like it's probably 50% of my income goes on it, to be honest, because I want to be the best version of myself for my own joy, my own expression, and to share with others what it is that I've gained and I've learned and I've integrated. So we're all liberated every step of the way. So, you know, what I'll always say when you're choosing a teacher is, do they have something you want? Is there, if they got something you want to embody, then if the answer is yes, then line up with making it possible to receive the resources you need, to co-create the resources you need to make that happen. And, you know, you learn from everything that happens. It's really about how you talk to yourself about your experiences. So there is no wrong or right. There's just, you know, what is the next experience I want to have? And for me, growing into the most confident, most powerful, most impactful, influential in all the right ways. By that I mean all the compassionate ways, the Christ consciousness ways. That's what I'm here for. That's what I want to do. I want to do it in the most creative way I can with the most amazing people around me. So, you know, that's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And it was so important to achieve, to co-create a family stability in my world. I needed that. I wanted that. I wanted a partner that I adored. I wanted to feel adored. I wanted a physical space I felt safe in. You know, I wanted all of the things that a few years ago just seemed like they were never going to come. And they've been co-created. And now it's that balance of my earthly and creative life that I'm learning to work with, right? So there's always another level, and it's for our own enjoyment, it's for our own experience. Remember that. You ground. Okay, so you're very welcome. So if you need to ground, you need to breathe through your feet, breathe down into your body, keep anchoring that cord right down. Let's get a couple of sounds going here. That's a good bowl for that. So take a nice deep breath in. And just let your base chakra, root chakra, just really anchor you. Feel that victory flame just holding you, okay? Because you've shed a lot of stuff. Probably best to go for a walk as well, if you can. Doesn't want to make sound, this one. Interesting. It's a subtle internal vibration. So more emerald green. Just feel your roots anchoring you deeply into the earth. Mother Earth is a safe space to anchor into. Feel your guides and teachers just gently, really helping you to be in your body. Beautiful. Okay. So feel free to comment again. It's been a long old session, but very much needed. So thank you so much for being here. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Share the love with others. The more of us that do these co-creations, my golly, what this world is capable of being transmuted into, just like that. So much love. Have a beautiful week, my friends, and I will see you in 2 weeks in the inner circle if you want to purchase the full moon energy update. It's an energy upgrade and healing. Okay, so we go deeper. You get a sense of how we're going here. Yeah, So much love to you all, beautiful ones. Take care for now. You're so welcome. Bye.